say is, drizzle, drizzle.
They shouldn't have given you ashy blokes YouTube.
Cursed be the ground, for our sake. Both thorns and thistles it shall bring forth for us. For out of the ground we were taken, for the dust we are. And to the dust we shall return.
All right, good people, back in the house, okay, on a dusty Thursday, okay, and this little clip has been the clip has been going around for making the rounds for the past couple of weeks, and I went and found the source video, and the guy in the brown shirt, he's making a name for himself, so. Anyhow, let's go ahead. Let's get started. Okay, batting first, Vincent Media, man. Get on base, man. I'm listening. Move that runner along. Roddy, what's going on? Batting third. Luther, batting cleanup. Kevin, what's up? Shannon Green. Toya with my apple. What's going on? Are you Lilith or are you Eve? Eddie, what's happening? Don Calypso, red alert, lock faces, armed quantum torpedoes. Okay. We have engaged the board. Literally. Gundam, what's up? Very Little, what's happening? John Smith, what's going on? You losing? What's going on? Said, what motivates women today if men to them aren't necessary? What motivates them? Basically, what they're saying is bullshit. Okay. Lavaris, what's going on? The Waffle House King, what's going on? Play Perry, Black Males, what's going on? And as the Gynocratic wall falls. Samuel Isaacs, what's going on? Listen to your show with your mentor on black people's marriages. I guess it's always Jermaine's fault. Yes, it is. Ronan 76, what's going on? Palm Beach. Hey, Samuel, most people don't believe I actually do this in real life, okay? They say, well, BGS, you're not pro-black. They just don't know, do they, Samuel? Jesse, what's going on? Carl, what's happening? Paul Bunyan, even pro-black brothers are tired. LeVar Ball is still black, and he won by finding femininity and cooperation elsewhere. Remember, LeVar Ball's mother is what color, Paul? Galen, what's going on? Micah L, what's going on? PM, what's going on? Forever Blessed. Adric, Kelvin. Tempest, what's going on? Big Trick. B-Row, what's going on? Supreme Pivot, what's happening? I got the notification. What's up, BGS in the chat? I believe, yeah, well, maybe YouTube is going to let up off me a little bit. Who knows? W. Brizzle, what's happening? I suspect I'll get a phone call now that I'm you just might. Hopefully it's not a 202 call. Okay, and Greg, what's going on? Pharaoh, what's going on? He's in Gynocracy Central. I say Warrington, what's going on? Doc, what's happening? Dayron. Tunnel Runner, what's up? Tunnel Runner and his reparations. Ignatz, what's happening? I don't know if it's going to be a milestone. We'll see. Black males, what's happening? Kareem, what's up? Bronye, what's up? AHG, what's going on? J Strokes, EAW, what's happening? Jeffrey, what's going on? If that water wet, I heard that. Okay. She spoke no lies, man.
If that water wet, it's got gators in it.
You can use that for women too, right? If the water wet, it's got gator in it. Okay. Quentin, what's going on? Christopher, what's happening? Independent POV, 000 Sun God, what's going on? JT, Louis, what's going on? Yeah, Louis, I found I actually found that book in my my Kindle. I got a Kindle library, so I found it in my Kindle library. It's about 4 years old. I might look at it because I like to laugh. Supreme Pivot, what's going on? J Strokes, the real Blackula, what's going on? I'm setting up a esoteric 5013C spiritual center. How could I use it to help Black men? If it's a spiritual center, it's not very hard because most Black men don't go to church because they can't find because it doesn't speak to them. So all you have to do is speak to the male side of the animus and make it logical, because most churches are built on what feeling. Okay, it has to make sense to a man. There's plenty of stuff out there. The Masons have been doing it forever. W. Brizzle, what's going on? TJ, what's going on? What's going on, Naima? Triple X. You know you love you some Lilith. I heard that. Everybody loves Lilith. You know, whether they ain't gonna marry her though. Waffle Weed, what's going on? Ninja Person, what's up? Bad Black Gamer, what's going on? Dr. Els. Doc, I might do that Monday, but you and your in fact, put your link in for your podcast, or for your show that you did with Jeffrey. Jamar, what's going on? Jeffrey, so U.S. swap weapons dealer Victor Boot for that's been there. That's yeah. There was pressure put on by the feminists to bring her home. So, but she should have known better. You know, what are you doing over playing with with a weed pipe in your luggage? Okay, knowing that they're looking, dumb broad. You know she ain't no dude because she a dumb broad. A dude would have never done that shit. Okay, because I'm a woman, I can get away with it. Donnie Gong, what's going on? Saint Cyr. Yeah, it's a border dispute, but it's been going on for a while. Do you think meditation is good for Black? Yeah, it's good for anybody. It gets you out of your head. I always suggest a Vipassana meditation, but most people don't do it because they don't trust it. What's going on, Ray? Sir Anthony, what's happening? Damien, what's going on? King Pix, what's happening? Philip, what's going on, Phil? Okay, there's Doc's. Actually, a pretty good talk, about an hour and a half with Jeffrey. And when two learned people come together, they ask very specific questions. So, go have a look, especially when it comes to women and accountability. He goes really deep into women and accountability. So yeah, I'm back at it. What's going on, Kangaroo? Sidereal, what's happening? Let's see. Palm Beach Mike, what's going on? Transcendental meditation, trained for 15 years, one of the best things he ever did. Yeah. I prefer Vipassana, though. It speaks to me better. Kilo Mike, what's going on? And that's it. So we're going to get right into this. This should be fun. This is kind of like the real Gynocracy. This is a ghetto version of Pop the Balloon, right? Pop the Balloon St. Louis, okay? There's got to be a sophisticated version and got to be a ghetto version, right? This is a ghetto version of Pop the Balloon. But the thing is, It kind of shows. You know, say Snowman's in the booth for Caitlin. Caitlin's not playing tonight, so hopefully the coach does not blow the game again. I'm getting tired of Stephanie White blowing games, okay? With these odd lineups that she puts out there. I don't know what she's doing. What up, Charles? But this is Pop the Balloon or Fine Love Season 2 Reunion St. Louis, okay? And so trigger warning, okay? These chicks are really, really ghetto, okay? You can tell. They're really ghetto. I mean, these are true St. Louis women, so be prepared. This is your final warning, right? Okay. And how does Captain America say it? Okay. How does he say it?
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Here we go. Okay. I'm starting with at 23 because this is the guy in the brown jacket in the back. He's the one that all the clips are. They are 304s. 85 octanes. Yes, they are. Okay. Yes, they are. And sometimes a couple diesels mixed in. So it's gonna be interesting. Sometimes I think half these chicks are strippers. Okay. A couple of these chicks I think really are strippers. Lunch lady arm, big backs. Yeah, these are the people the statue was actually built for. It's actually made for. Anyhow, let's get started. Hey, these are real black women. They ain't no fake. Okay, here we go.
And I love for my man to put it on. Like, we gotta, we look good. I want you to feel good eternally. Like, you know what I mean?
I would speed this up, but the ebonics is so strong. If I sped it up, you wouldn't understand them. Okay.
I mean, like, I don't know. Okay. It's a big world out here, we could take over the world, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I'm coming. Like, but I definitely feel like I know how to do both.
Okay.
I know how to do both.
I got a question for you.
Please ask.
If you wearing something and your man like, y'all finna go on a date and he like, that dress a little too short, that's a little too much skin. I'm gonna need you to go change.
I'm gonna go change because it's whatever he say.
Okay.
I love it. One thing about it, I'm not.
That's bullshit. But go ahead.
I have my own opinion. I'm very confident, but I love to be dominated. I'm sorry. Like
if he won't beat your ass, that's bullshit.
I'm a very submissive woman.
But why is the loudest ones always the one that say that they're submissive? Okay. Now the one to her, what is it? With her left. Now she might be submissive. She got that look, but this chick, the loud one, submissive? Are you kidding? I know. I know. PM, crack, roll it on the floor.
My man said, "Take it off." I'm taking it off. If he say, "Put it on," I'm putting it on. So yes, it's whatever he says. I follow the rules.
I got a question too.
I like to follow the rules.
Go ahead, Marcus.
I had a question.
Yeah.
So let's say the girls want you to go out. They invited you out to a concert or to the club, whatever.
Here we go. He gonna expose her.
And your man just like, I don't want you to go. Are you gonna still go, or are you gonna just stay?
It just depends on how the sex was. Like,
it depends. In other words, it depends if I really put it on you and she in a certain mood, she'll acquiesce. If not, guess what?
Depends on the sex.
Because I feel like.
It doesn't depend.
Not what I think, what I feel like. Okay, notice the words. Okay, I feel. Got to understand about women, and Jeff kind of said it in technical language. Okay, but basically it's really simple. Women go by how they feel. Okay, women go by how they feel, not how they think, how they feel. And the language that they use is very important. I've been telling you guys this since I started, right? Doing live streams, right? That's why on my panels for guys, I don't allow them to use I feel. There's a reason for that.
It doesn't depend.
I imagine if I'm going out with my girls, he gonna want to have sex. I mean, most men do. When you're in a relationship, they they, you know, I don't know.
Oh,
It's
Lord.
a thing. Maybe I can't speak for everybody,
Jesus.
but I feel
And you can tell these are 85s, boy. You can tell. He gonna have before I go out. He gonna have sex with me.
like some men, they gonna want to have sex with that girl before they go out, because you know when we go out, we go out. But
In other words, make sure that you got your nut before you leave, so you're not tempted.
if my man say, it just depends on how in love I am with you. Like,
All
you
I
gotta
do-
be
It
feeling me.
depends. In other words, I'm only submissive if I want to be. Okay, I'm not really submissive off the rip.
idea would say if your man asks you not to go out, are you gonna A, say yes, I'm still going, or no, baby, I'm not
I
going
can't
because you
answer
don't
that.
want to?
See,
You just said
I
that.
can't answer that. I can't, but I follow the rules. I do what my man say. I like to be dominated. Okay.
Whatever my man say, I'm gonna do.
Then I can't answer because it depends on how I feel at the moment.
It depends, but I'm submissive. But it depends on how I feel at the moment. Okay. Okay. Not that no matter what, if my man says I can't go and I follow the rules, I'm not going. Okay, because he said so. Okay, but now it depends. It's how I feel. Okay, all of a sudden the rules get thrown out the window.
So it depends on the sex, right?
No,
so if the sex good, you gonna stay?
Yes, I'm gonna
if it's
stay.
trash, then
No, they're not. Okay, this is the problem. Okay, this is the problem with black women. We think they're contradictory, but they're not. Okay, they're lying. Okay, they're lying. They're trying to put up a face about a false face about there's somebody that they're not. We know that this chick is not submissive, but she don't want to say that I'm aggressive. She don't want to say that I'm domineering. She don't want to say that I'm confrontational. She ain't gonna say that because she's lying. She's not contradictory. She's lying.
at night you just gonna be like,
No,
I'm
I'm
out.
not saying
last week, and you telling me you ain't gonna sit in the house?
Maybe that came off wrong. But
I'm just saying.
I feel like it just depends on my mood. I feel like if I've been working
It depends on my mood. Okay, if I've been working, listen to her.
all week, like I work 16 hours in a day. So if I feel like I need to get out so I can like breathe and go have a drink with my girls, and I need you to understand.
Now, in other words, I'm gonna do it anyway. Just say it.
I just feel like my man wouldn't tell me.
In other words, I feel my man would agree with me. So, see, that's the Gynocracy. See, look at how quiet the other guys are.
Me like no, because we already like this. You know what I'm saying? We already won.
So you think that your man wants you around random men while he sits at home? Your man is going to work, paying the bills, the rent, the electric, the water, and when he asks you not
get him, get her. He want a straight answer.
To go somewhere, you say no. I'm still going because I feel like it.
And that's where your mind is.
See. But we're wrong for treating them like jump offs until proven otherwise. Yep, treat them like how they act, gents. Exactly. Doc, you are not squat for that, right? You are not squat, Doc. At least Eve has some shame, okay? She's the epitome of the black sapphire. Yes, she is, okay? I told you she was lying. In other words, if my man should agree to me going out and me wearing certain kind of clothes, so that the first statement and will I pull it off? No, hell no. I'm going out this way.
Oh, I just asked you a question.
I know you did, and I'm
I
going
just
to answer
asked
it.
you.
That's where your mind is. See, the issue is with you. You literally
With me.
No,
Me.
because I feel
this
like
is a men thing.
This is a
Men
man
don't
thing?
want their women
I don't feel
around
like-
multiple men that they don't know drinking.
I'm going out with
and
my
just
girls.
Well,
Oh,
go.
Lord.
You would just be single
Well,
and pay your own rent.
I
And
just
Oh.
pay your own electric.
Say, have mercy. Can a church give a one and say amen? Okay.
And pay your own water.
Jesus.
And you can pay for everything else you got going on.
That's not an issue.
But just go.
It's not an issue
It
at all, my
definitely
love.
is. Miss, I work 16 hours and now I need a mental break.
Proudly.
You
Very
could definitely
proudly.
sit at the house and just follow directions. You won't have to deal with it.
Oh,
See, you too possessive.
Yes.
No, he said he's possessive though,
remember?
He
Yes.
is. You are. You
I
are
definitely
possessive.
am.
And you want your woman to sit at home. And
My
not
woman
talk
doesn't
to
have
nobody,
to sit
and
at
you
home.
want the turtleneck.
She
You know,
doesn't
you
have
want her
to
to be
sit at home.
quiet, and you want her to not just sit under a
And
rock.
now you just said you were submissive. Okay. You just said you were submissive. Whatever your man wants. That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
That's
Can
what
I
you
ask you a
give it.
I'm
question?
gonna let her
Husband or
talk.
wife?
I'm gonna let
I
her
was gonna
talk.
ask that
Well, I was
question
gonna
too.
ask you a question.
I was gonna let her talk.
Okay,
Yeah,
go ahead.
That is
because she was still
insane.
going, so I was gonna. Yeah, go ahead.
I just think that we two different people. You
Yeah,
like what you like, I like what I like.
Yep. But you don't pretend that you're something that you're not.
To conclude your question, my man's not gonna say no to me.
okay. Do you have one now?
I sure don't.
Oh,
Ah!
Lord.
Oh, what is, I wish I am gonna find that clip. God damn it, you cannot make this shit up. Ah! Oh my God. Can't make this shit up, man. That's why I said this is the Gynocracy, right?
Point proven.
Ooh,
I
ooh,
got
What's your
today.
question,
ooh,
D?
ooh.
I had kind of forgot. Let me elaborate.
Okay,
on
I'm
it.
gonna keep going. That's crazy.
So, how was your last relationship? Like, why did you break up?
Hold on, let me get to him. Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So Marissa,
Yeah.
still on you.
Yes.
Okay. Something else that happened behind the scenes. Everybody good. Everybody good.
Yeah.
Something else that happened behind the scenes was that, said that you and Lance got a little flirty with each other, like you hugged him at the end.
Which one?
Don't lean back.
Ooh,
Lance.
ooh.
So which one? Lance.
I can't remember.
Mr. Quiet.
Yeah, what's up with that? Was it anything progressed from
I
that?
don't know. I just thought he was handsome. I just wanted to give him a hug.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Lance, how you doing?
I'm trying to be quiet. I ain't got it. Ain't nothing
Now
my
you need to
business.
start talking
I wasn't
out.
even on that show. You know.
See how quiet they are? He's the only one. All the other brothers are fading into the background.
I just
You
shut
gotta
up on
start
it all day.
talking now. You been quiet. Now it's time to talk.
Okay.
All right, so Lens, you were pretty intentional, like during the intake call when you was getting vetted, saying the things that you wanted in a woman, and the reason why you wanted to try the pop the balloon experience, to seek that potential partner out there, right? So you handsome, you handsome.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
But do you
I try to
think
stay humble though.
you try to? Okay, but are you like misleading, right? Women with your looks, words.
How's he gonna mislead women with his looks? Black on her trip. I gotta give him credit. Young Padawan cookie. Yes, he is. Okay. Yes, he is.
And charm.
I feel like if a woman like my looks, they really gonna like my personality.
Do you think you're intentionally dating for sure?
I do need to get some counseling on being in a monogamous relationship.
And I'm a fuck boy.
Okay. I will be honest.
I'm a fuck boy. I'm a pretty boy, and my looks get me the draw. So I don't have, I don't want to get it up just yet. I said somewhere BGS, there's a Pookie and Ray Ray rub it in their hands, Birdman style, waiting to scoop them up. Dreamweavers. Oh, no mic? Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's funny as hell, man. This is funny as hell. This Gynocracy, boy. He's a pretty boy. In other words, what he's saying is that I don't want to give up my shit right now, okay? Because I'm a pretty boy, and it's working for me, and why should I be monogamous? Because I got options, right?
I think I am intentional, and I'm pretty open, but at this point in my life, I am kind of having fun. I ain't gonna lie. I've been single for like 8 months now.
Yeah. Stop lying, okay? How many women were you sharing when you wasn't single?
So I'm not really trying to rush into a relationship. But if I meet the right woman, yeah, it's gonna be like that.
But that's a little different than what you had said.
I am looking for my wife. I mean, I ain't gonna never not say I'm looking for my wife. Because if I see her, I'm a move on it, for sure.
All right.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Good luck, man. Picking through the leftovers.
So what happened when you dated someone friend that did the show? You dated her friend. You tried to date her too.
No. Okay.
What happened?
All right. Dang. Okay. So
tell the truth.
She caught me at the wrong time, I will say. So I was in a club. I was probably about like 6 drinks in. I was a little drunk. So DJ was like, "Oh, this girl want to talk to you." I'm like, "Okay." So then a girl came up to me and was like, "Oh, my friend want to talk to you." And I'm so drunk, so I'm like, "Okay, this girl don't want to talk to me." But long story short, I was like, "What's up with you?" Because you came up to me.
Mm-hmm.
So and it was her friend. So she was like, "Nah, I can't talk to you or whatever." And then she was with 3 girls. She was with 2 other girls, and the other girl, I was pretty much in her inbox for years on Facebook. So that wasn't the girl that came up to me though. So it was 3 of them all together. So long story short, I ended up taking the other one on a date. or whatever. Because I didn't think that, me and Tanisha had anything going for real, And then, the other friend found out and was like, "No, I ain't mess with you. My friend Tanisha trying to talk to you." So that's what happened. Me and Tanisha ain't really had no full conversation, nothing like that. But I will admit I wasn't wrong in that situation. You live and you learn.
Why were you wrong? What'd you do? What'd you do? If they wanted to date, you were not married. What'd you do?
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. And then last for you, Lance. Lance, I'm sorry. The viewers felt like when you were discussing what would your ex say, what is something bad that your ex will say about you? You just said doing chores.
Yeah.
Right. So we got your ex here. She gonna tell the truth? Gonna go get the ex? You gonna get the ex?
She'll probably-
Figure out.
You all right?
Wait, what?
I was gonna say, wow.
Okay.
They get real messy.
I know, right?
They get real messy.
Don't do nothing like that.
Marcus about some his mind back there too.
Man, dating these chicks is always messy. Okay, pedestrian taco and Gynocracy defense fund tax between them and the monk mode for the win. Just when I think you covered everything, you got new ish. It's same old stuff, man. Just rebranded. That's all it is. Okay, but these are 85/87s. This is yeah. I don't have to tell you.
Anyway, what'd you hold this back? We just playing, y'all. We just playing. What'd you hold this back?
Admit, maybe I am a little addicted to sex. You know what I'm saying? I do need to get
tell the truth. Tell the truth. You ain't ready to give it up yet.
some counseling with just being addicted to sex.
You don't need no
Tell him.
I kind of got a
Wait, why y'all laughing at him?
He said, "Brown man, so you don't need no counseling." I heard that.
I'm working on myself.
What you mean, like with one woman? Or
Yeah, I'm
like
trying to. I know that's the right thing to do. Huh?
You say you stray a lot?
What you mean? What you mean by that?
Like you cheat a lot? That's what you mean by being addicted?
I think that I'm matured enough at this point to where like I know I'm not gonna get in a relationship if I'm a cheat. I have cheated in the past. I will admit I have cheated in the past, but I feel like in the future, if you got enough character to change yourself, I feel like if you're gonna get in a relationship, you shouldn't cheat. So that's just my outlook on it now.
Do you just think you just want two girlfriends?
I mean, I wouldn't mind it, but
that's what I'm saying. Why you just don't say you just want two girlfriends? But realistically,
ain't no woman trying to share. If you really like that, a woman ain't trying to share.
Yeah, they will. If you take care of the house, they will share you.
From my experience, no, that ain't.
They share you anyway. They know they sharing you. Stop. If you've been making around, they know they're sharing you. In fact, the ones that said you dating my friend, if you had pressed her enough, should have gave you some too.
They will, bro. They sharing you unwillingly anyway.
Yes, speak.
They sharing you unwillingly anyway. How you gonna say that they won't share you willingly and you taking care of both of them?
Willingly and unwillingly is two different things.
Just tell them. They already know what's going on anyway. They probably just waiting on you to say it. Most women know that they man messing with another woman.
Yes. This is 87, 85 conversation, right? You tell this is not a 92 conversation. You can tell.
I mean, they okay with it.
They okay
They don't know that does not mean they okay with it.
As long as, for one, she ain't calling my phone. For two, she ain't beating my door down. For three, I don't know who she is or whatever else is going on.
Now, a woman,
you got a woman who knows her woman having a double life too?
No, because she's not me. I'm a man and she's a woman. And we live by different rules on this planet.
In other words, basically, if you're paying for me, okay, you can do whatever the fuck you want. I can make my own decision, right? But you're not. If a man's got to pay for you and take care of you, ain't no man gonna take care of you and you cheating, okay? Well, if she cheating and she openly cheating like that, I'm telling her, call that nigga up, man. Tell him he got half the bills, okay? That's what I would tell him, okay? Call him up because which bills are you taking? Because if you're not getting no free punani on my dime, okay? You're not.
Oh, bro, that's true. And if you say that we don't, then when you go home and you got a daughter and a son, tell them to go by the same rules.
Don't he chose violence today.
Guarantee you don't tell your daughter she live by the same rules. You want to know why?
I actually have two boys, so I don't worry about that.
You would never tell your boys that they can do the same things that
I'm not.
Exactly.
For you
why
to think that it's okay.
But you just said
the
we live
stuff
by
that's coming out your mouth is crazy to me.
It's just crazy to me. You can tell they 85s, boy. Why are the guys in the background yet yet leading the conversation, not leading the conversation, because this is gynocracy. They're scared. Okay, this is what they've been taught. Okay, I see this all the time, man, and this is even in pro-black sectors, man, where all these women are just talking, right? And these guys, they're sitting in the background, not saying nothing. Okay, and I'm like the guy in the brown. I'm speaking up, man. They're going after me, and these guys are like, I'm not in this. But you'll see this later on in this video, right? I'm sure people have seen this clip already.
That's all I'm saying.
It's only crazy to you because of the world that you live in.
And I do agree with her. Where you saying you're possessive, like I want to see the type of woman that you have dated. Like I'm sorry,
type of women that
I don't
date.
feel like you have dated a dominant woman because me.
The
way
dominant women.
See that? I don't feel. Remember this? Because I played this. Okay, remember I played this. What just came out of her mouth? Okay, about a dominant woman. This is what they believe in. Okay. This is what they believe in. A dominant. You ain't met no dominant woman like me. Okay.
I would have been got rid of a dominant woman thinking she gonna tell me what to do.
Oh,
and I would have been got rid of you with the type of
I get a
attitude
soft,
you got.
feminine woman that ain't gonna talk back to me every time she get at
it. See.
Self-esteem
exactly.
that want to be with
keep
you.
paying your own rent.
I know, and I love it.
And pay your own.
I love it.
Fine.
I love it.
The women that
And
are
I'm
soft
mad-
that
I'm
don't
mad
talk back, you know what they doing? They live in wonderful
with my
lives.
own, and I live wonderful, free, single,
and going
house,
to work
car.
every day.
It doesn't matter, and working my businesses too.
See. That's most black women. Okay, that's the attitude most black women have. See. I never met a happily married dominant woman. In fact, I've never met a married. Oh, I know tons of them. Don't. In fact, most of these chicks up here are dominant. Okay, and these dudes, even though they say they're alphas, okay, they're actually betas. They're actually betas. They're actually betas to their They're actually betas to their women. Okay, you see, they're not saying anything. Look at how they're looking off. They're not saying anything. Okay, how come they're not?
I love what I do. So you saying work a job, that's nothing to me. I'm a woman that definitely stumps her feet. So you saying something about a job, that's nothing to me. Right now, at this point, I have 3 jobs. So the way you talk.
And this is she said her father is a pastor. Okay. See that?
And something about women being single. I'm okay with that.
That's fine.
I'm okay with that.
Ain't nobody getting mad at y'all for being single.
No, I'm not.
We just telling you why you are.
Why are you single?
Because I'm single because that ain't even that. It's like I got my picks, but it's like ain't nothing really to pick for real. Like, I wanted a girlfriend, and I really
slow clap. Once the black community ain't nothing to pick. Okay, ain't nothing to pick. Preach, brother. Preach. That's why I'm playing this. Okay, that's why I'm playing. That's why I named it. This is the Gynocracy, right? Okay. What did he just say? I'm single because ain't nothing to pick. Okay. Now the chick that said she was submissive, at least the one in the blue, claimed who she really was. The one in the red lying. Okay, lying her ass off. At least the one in the blue, she actually telling the truth, right? Because and every time in the pro-black sector, every time I say that this shit is not true, guess what? Oh no, it's not me. I'm submissive to my man. I follow the rules behind my man. I try to help my man. Bullshit. Okay. Bullshit.
We just wanted to pick any. You could be my girlfriend. You could be my girlfriend.
You trying to be in a polygamous relationship?
It ain't even that. So
see,
I'm at the
like
point
I'm
right now.
money.
I'm money. Yeah, I'm definitely the cash.
Oh, okay.
Especially in my age bracket. Praise God.
Yo.
So let me say this.
Wow.
I mean, how many PlayStations have you bought?
I done bought a lot of them, and Xboxes, and GameCubes, and Wii's, all types.
Because you mentioned that with a passion.
Man, look, it's something that we all done went through. We all just don't speak on it.
We
all done dated women with kids, and we all done got the short end of the stick. It's just we all deal with it in different ways. Some of us speak out on it. Some of
see now they're nodding their heads. See, they're nodding their heads in the background. But watch this.
us don't. They always get the bigger end.
Some of the
stick.
stuff that you said, I feel like you're talking out of hurt. That's just me.
I ain't talking out of hurt. You see that these men ain't
that's just what
disagreeing.
I think.
Then why don't one man disagree with?
Listen to this.
Cause you're the only person talking, really.
Do
to be
any
honest.
man disagree with what I have said so far? Speak now. If you do, it's fine.
Hey, don't put me in this.
No, I'm for real. I said any.
See, don't put me in this. That's the first thing they said. Don't put me in this, okay? Even though, now they were nodding their heads and in agreement. As soon as they say speak up, guess what? Guess what they're doing? Here it comes, betas, okay? But they call the manosphere betas, okay? But these are the alphas, okay? These are so-called alphas that women talk about, right? The ones that are the ones too scared to speak up.
I'm staying out the way.
I'm staying out the way. Hear that? Hear that? Okay. Those are the alphas. Those are the alphas to the women, right? Okay. But that dude, they won't qualify him as a beta because he's speaking up. They're tucking their tails. Look at this. But you know what? I wish it wasn't true. And the brother that actually heard me in real life, okay, with my mentor on her show, he can tell you, okay. I even though I hold back on her show because it's a female-centered show, so I hold back, and she knows I hold back. Okay, even at the little stuff that I do say, okay, there's so much pushback. Okay, even when the guys come on, they do the same shit that these guys are doing, the exact same shit. There's plenty of women out there that would submissive and follow their man. Bullshit. Ain't plenty. Otherwise, we wouldn't be having this goddamn show. In fact, there's one young lady, she was actually on yesterday, you know, she was on with me the other day, right? And she was saying what she does and how much she does for a man and yada, yada, yada. I said, are you the exception or are you the rule? Okay. Now, she knew damn well that she was the exception. But she said, I think there's plenty of women out here like me. That's not what I asked. Are you the exception or are you the rule? Okay. She knew exactly what I'm saying. She knows that she is not that common. And when I found out later on, when she first started out, she wasn't that way. She had to go to therapy and do a whole lot of work on herself to get to the point where she was that way. She knows exactly what I'm saying. But a lot of black women, I ain't calling it a lie, but I'm saying they kind of hide the truth. Okay. I said, there was my name Paul, and that's between y'all. I heard that. Okay. And said 2/3 OG. Yep. Yeah, shout out to the young brothers for holding this nuts and speaking the truth, right? And he put them on blast by saying, if there's any man that disagrees, okay, if there's any man that disagrees, speak now. Okay, guess what they did? I ain't in this, man. I ain't with this, man. You know, it's like Eddie Murphy like to say, okay. Simps activate the winter soldier chip. Yeah, really, okay. See how aggressive them women are?
I'm staying out the way. I'm staying out the way on that.
I'm staying out the way on that.
Some of it is legit.
If I'm honest,
I'm ready for this.
I'm with him, but I'm not with him. Let me tell you.
I'm with him, but I'm not with him. He ain't gonna. In other words, I ain't gonna back the brother up, but I'm trying not to lie. Okay.
Tell you why I'm with him. Some of the things that he's saying make sense, but I think that when you get with the right woman, you guys communicate.
Here we go. If you get with the right woman, okay, won't equivocate. Okay, that's not what he had. That's not what he said. Okay, if you just appreciate y'all, man. Okay. Well, what I'm saying is, okay, this is my life. Okay. So when I saw it, I said, oh shit, this is my life. Okay. And the thing is, what I like about shows like this is that it's open enough to where you actually get a real deal idea of how black women and black men actually interact. Okay. You can see them on all these panel shows. It's almost the same thing, right? All they have 4 guys up there, and they're all quiet. And the black women are over there, ain't nobody saying nothing. Ain't nobody saying nothing. There's always one guy who's willing to speak out, but he's like the Lone Ranger. Okay, and the other guy's kind of tuck tail and high behind. But that is what they call an alpha. Okay, he's willing to speak out and put his neck out there, and all the other guys tuck tail and hide behind him. That's what's going on right now. That's when you know the difference between in a certain situation an alpha and so-called beta, second in command of beta. Okay. So I jumped in late, got to pay the toll. Appreciate you, Horowitz. What I'm saying is they're not gonna miss out on nothing. He's not missing out on nothing, okay? He's not missing out on no punani. Okay.
Okay, then everything can go the way he's saying.
Love it.
So like I think he's referring to a submissive woman. And I think that you have to communicate with the woman on a certain level to find out.
It's bullshit. Either she is or she isn't. That you have to put her in the right mood. You got to communicate her well. Whether in the right way. You got to align the planets, and you got to find the right time of day, and then you can communicate it and put something in her brain where she'll be submissive in that particular sector instead of her coming that way. That's why a lot of guys going to Latinos. They're that way all the time.
If she is submissive, and then he'll get everything.
See the backsliding right now?
I think he's talking about. But he's not dealing with submissive women.
Yeah.
He's just dealing with, I don't know.
See, there you go. There you go. See, now, he took all that to say the same thing that he just said, okay?
With women that's manipulative. Like women nowadays, they only want to be submissive when it fits them.
Yes.
They'll be submissive when we going on trips and when I'm paying the rent and whenever their car break down, I'm getting it fixed and whenever everything else is going good. When I tell you don't go to the club, it's a problem. You submissive whenever you want to be. Whenever I tell you to do something you don't want to do, now you're no longer submissive.
Now you're not submissive. Yeah. Well, that's not submission, right? Okay. Sigmas will be throwing some extra flavor on the brother's dish he's cooking. Lead a brother a tip, man.
That's not going for me. It's not.
Well, they need to get his name, and Dr. L, y'all need to get his name and bring him on, okay? You need to bring him on.
I can't lie to you. He got some truth in there.
That's true. That's true.
See, now they find out since he's still speaking out, he won't back down. Now they getting their balls. So like a minute ago, they didn't want to be in it, right? They all had their head down. Okay. Now they getting a little courage, right?
I'm gonna keep it a buck because, but what I noticed, I'm noticing that more so in the generation that came before me, the 30 and down, the ones that's around my age and up, they're a little better. But you know, them young ones, they've been having the little issues. You know, they do all of it, and then
when I say situational alpha, in other words, there's certain situations where the alpha, okay, will rise up and the men will follow him. Okay, that is called alpha position. And you can have somebody that thinks they're alphas all the time, and some people that think they're situational alphas. Okay, Bill Gates is a situational alpha in certain segments and certain times and places. He's going to be the lead guy. Okay. This guy in this situation is a lead guy.
No offense.
And Sigmas can take an alpha position. They're trained to.
Yes, baby, but it's too much of the snapbacks of the hands and all that extra. But like you said, when you're doing form, everything good. But
too much talking back.
I might be.
Okay. BGS, I agree with him, but I don't agree with him because I don't want to talk myself out of the coochie in the room. Okay. Pharaoh says, nah, 30 and up have issues too, bro. Oh, they all have issues. Okay. Hell, 60 and up have issues. Don't ask me how I know.
Rich on this a little bit.
They're not letting us lead.
Yeah.
We need to be able to lead, but how can I lead a woman who every time I say something, she got something to say?
Speak on it, bro. Speak on it, young man. Speak on it.
Back. So you get in a relationship with a man who you feel like gonna do better by you and get you in a better place in life, but you don't want to listen to him. Why are you with him?
I can't listen to a man or be led by a man that's gonna lead me into darkness. If I see off rip that you finna lead me into some BS, then let me take the reins. I'm gonna have to take the reins.
Let me take the reins, okay? You want the reins anyway. Stop hiding behind your girls. Go ahead and speak up. This is the guy. This is Gynocracy. They've all pretty much said the same thing.
Be masculine. Don't no woman wants to be masculine.
Well, pick better men today.
Listen,
bullshit.
No women wants to be masculine.
Bullshit. Black women do. That's bullshit.
All desire to be in our femininity. You know, we want a man to be able to be a provider, but you know, like you just said, it's different strokes for different folks. So, you know, and just like you said, you got to have that communication with whoever you with. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's boundaries to everything you're saying. And I don't disagree with nothing you said. I definitely do agree with you to a certain standpoint. But on the women.
Oh, yeah, you know, 85s love hooker and crab legs. Okay. I got to go to the ghetto. That's why I picked this one, right? When I first saw it, I'm going to see the whole segment because there's more to it, right?
Side of it, Because personally, I want to be submissive to my man.
No, you
if
don't.
I can see that my man gonna lead me to greatness and we can lead and be a partners, because ultimately I want a husband. That's a partnership.
See that partnership bullshit. There we go. Be just the hurt locker for my winter soldiership. Church lady wants to push morality, yet wants to be put conditions on for respecting her man. Church culture and courts don't seem to fix this. Gynocracy is triggering. You saved me. It is triggering, and basically, because we got into this because we actually the other day we're actually on my in real life show we're actually talking about marriage and how come black men don't want to get married. I said the family course and the average black marriage only lasts 5 years. The thing is, it's a big risk to actually throw all your resources into something that's going to fall apart in less than 5 years. Why would you do that? And there's no answer. But the thing is, they push past. Well, you're gonna have to do it anyway. No, they don't. No, they don't. Okay, because they always talk about men gonna die alone. Okay, men are not women. Men are not afraid to die alone. Okay, unlike women are. Women are afraid to die. Men are not afraid to die alone. Okay, women feel sorry. I said, "Hi, family, different day, same guy, same gynocracy." MS Delta can tell you that. And first thing they were saying that upper class women don't have men don't have the same problems that lower class men do. If you're a quality man, you're not gonna get the same problems. MS Delta can tell you that's bullshit. Okay. So be just tax appreciate you. Okay. Provider male or freeloader female. God, I just saw it too. I might clip it and put it up as a standalone because he was saying the same thing. Okay, about having 10 kids and 7 of them were actually step kids, and he said he put all this time and work and effort into being a provider and got nothing for it at the end of toward the end of his days. Okay, I might do that because I don't think I can find it right now. Okay, Kenny Catfish 10-yard fight. Okay, there goes that partner. Yep. Man, I hate that. I hate that. I hate that partner talk. I really do. I hate it. Okay. If we're gonna talk partner stuff, then we have to get rid of all this romantic notions about gender roles. Okay. And 50-50 is gonna have to be the norm. We don't talk partner. Women don't really want that crap. They want 7 step kids. I wish I could find it because somebody sent it to me. But I have to do it. I probably have to do it as a standalone. I might do it today and put it on my Black Pill Gnostic page. Okay. We just respectfully, I've dated up and down the socioeconomic ladder. They all behave the same way. They do. They do. They do. And the young lady, I respect her. I respect her because that what I do with his brother's wife. Okay, I respect her. I'm sure what she says and what she does for a man is 100%. But the thing is, I keep telling you, you're rare. You're trying. A lot of women try to preach that she is the norm. Okay, and she's the exception. I said, when the full picture of the way a lot of black women think finally dawned on me, I lost all interest in being in spaces knowing that they would be there looking for men. I want nothing to do with that. I heard that. Dead to me. So too bad the population number, there are more white and Latino women want to go 50-50. Yeah, because they know. Okay. Okay. I can't remember exactly where I saw it because I just saw it too, and they were just going back and forth with it. I said, what's crazy is that my ex was saying the same ish in couples therapy like 12 years ago. They can't trust their men to lead them down a bad road. Yep. And then, like he said, so why are you with him? It's because they want to be dominant. Okay. They pick men so they can be dominant. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Passport, you did discuss it. Okay. That's where I saw it.
If I feel like that I can trust you and you can lead to me and we can do something, then that's gonna be beautiful. But if I see you on some BS or you doing something you don't got nothing to do, then it's like, nah, baby, I might have to take the reins on this one. I'm saying all the time, but if I see you doing something,
then you're not following him. Okay, You're not following them. You want to take the reins most of the time. Stop.
I feel like that's their fault.
Steer the boat.
I do got one question.
They pick them.
Well, I
You
know
got your pick of the litter.
a lot of women and men, we all go through things, and that can kind of dictate our next relationships, right? Do you give that man a first space to be able to lead?
I feel personally, I'd like to give.
I would like.
I'm an Aquarius.
I would like to. Oh, Aquarius, that's even worse. I would like to. Okay. I would like to, but you don't. Just say no. I don't.
I love people just expressing themselves and being them, being true to yourself. So I'm always gonna give anybody the benefit of the doubt when I first meet you.
That's not what he asked you though.
Let me give you a chance to see what you're gonna do on your own. But now if it gets to the point like, all right, I didn't see what you did. All right, this is good here, but this needs some work. Then a conversation either needs to be had on what we can do to be better. But if it's not going in that way, then we just need to.
She sounds like she want to be in charge. Okay.
Separate ways. I'm not one of the people that's gonna stay with somebody that's not making me happy. If we had one too many
happy, see, there we go with the happy shit again.
Conversation about the same thing, you continuously just doing the same thing. Vice versa, it could be something I'm doing the same thing, and we had multiple conversations. All then it's like, yeah, if it's not working, we can't come to agreement. Then cool, part ways. But if
So
something that's able
I got a question.
Yes.
Shout out to you. I'm Aquarius too.
We the best. The best sign.
So do a man have to earn you being feminine?
I don't think so. No, let me tell you why. It's all about energy for me. I'm really big on energy. Like I know.
In other words, here we go with the bullshit. It's a yes or no question. It's yes or no questions. We'll go with the bullshit again, and then we're gonna get to the clip because Passport OG actually did do it. Okay.
Rip. Just talk off of one conversation. Who I can just automatically like, all right, this is gonna be a person I could just submit to, and I can listen and let him lead and do his big one. But some people, just like with females, you come into, who gonna be the ones gonna be outside like, hey, outside, or who gonna be the ones gonna be like, oh, this is gonna be a person I'm able to communicate with. This is gonna be a person I'm able to build with. This is the person I'm gonna be able to do that with. I feel like off the initial interactions with people, you should automatically know, like from the point time you step into a room and have that first initial conversation.
Monk, you're not a follower, okay? You already said you want to lead, okay? You're not submissive. Stop.
Somebody you should already know.
Or do you choose? So do you choose? You pick and choose depending on who you're dealing with.
What you mean? Be specific on what you mean.
If you're dealing with, depending on the man that you're dealing with, you're like, I got to be a little more masculine with him.
No.
Or I can be feminine and I could just be soft with him.
Well, I think that's also depending on the women. Personally, for me, like I said, I try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Like
no, in other words, you're masculine, okay? That femininity is a facade, okay? It's a facade. That's like the woman in red is laughing, okay? She knows she knows this bullshit.
I'm just gonna be me 100% all the time. I'm gonna give everybody the same version of me. Some people may not like it. Some people may like it. It's up to you to decide if you want to do with me or not, and vice versa. Now, if I'm just being 100% myself and giving that to you, then whatever you do with that's whatever you do to it. But I'm a reciprocator. We're reciprocating.
It's not the question that he asked you. That's not the question that he asked you. They never answered the question. They always say I'm answering your question, but they never answer the question.
I'm gonna reciprocate whatever my man is doing or giving me. Respectfully.
That ain't all the time.
If you giving me hard times and problems, no, baby. Like, goddamn, I'm tired of you being in my goddamn face. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be quiet.
But I just think as women, we're reciprocators. Like,
he gonna shake his head. I'm gonna be quiet. Okay, he ain't got nothing else to say. In fact, years ago, I escorted a black woman friend to a business gala as a favor to her. After 1 hour, she was ready to go because I was meeting and charming and networking with older white women. I told her to call an Uber. She left in a puff. Never spoke to her again. Culture is culture, right? Okay. As they say, as they say in Swahili, pesa ni pesa, right? Money is money, okay? Money is money. It is what it is, right? Ni. It is what it is. 640. Yeah, y'all get my likes up, okay? 632. I know you guys like, the Gynocracy talk, black female effery, okay? Anyway, before I go, let me go ahead and play this from real quick from Passport OG, okay? All right, play this from Passport OG. See if I can find it. because he did. That's where I saw it, because the very same thing that that he was talking about. Okay, Passport OG just did it, and I couldn't remember exactly where I saw it. The same shit that was happening with Kid Organic. Okay, some kind of crap. Even though what's her name? Jim Jules. Okay, she should have been in. She should go on. Was it? What's the name of the thing? What's the show about with the hookers and stuff like that? A soft white underbelly. Okay, that's what she should have gone on, man. I'd love to see Jim Jules, because she's a porn chick, and I don't know why porn. Well, you know why porn chick is actually on Fresh and Fit. And she got triggered and started throwing shit at Mr. Organic. Come on, OG, where you at? There he is. All right, here we go. And this is the guy, because but thing is, this is why they wonder how come we're old men, not young men. Old men are telling young men not to be a stepfather. Okay, don't do that shit no more. Okay, in other words, we're coming back and telling them. Okay, they're saying this young men are getting bad information. No, we're telling young men what we went through and why, what your results will be. So I try my best to love Black women, but I just can't do their bullshit attitude. I've learned that I play by the rules, not the women's. Yeah, I know. You know what? I was thinking about that. Now I realize why I am not married. Okay, why I could not get married. Okay, every Black woman wanted you to be on their agenda instead of vice versa. Okay, they wanted you to be a pack mule for their dreams and their agenda. But you didn't get very much except Punani, a real corn chick. Yeah. She was a real corn. She's a real corn chick. I actually went to what is it? One of the porn sites to look her up, and sure enough, the big ass was right there. Anyway, this is Passport OG. Are men being used and tossed away? Okay. In other words, are men disposed? I actually did a video on that, right, about a disposable class, right? Black men are actually a disposable class.
Men are being used as providers and protectors and are being discarded like trash after women are done with them and after the kids are done with them too. It isn't just me.
It passes a little bit.
With regard to romantic relationships, there is no real me.
He didn't know how to comprehend love in his environment, something that many of us are dealing with.
I am drawing upon various cultural and literary sources to help define my role.
Kiss me. When Data was looking for love/dating advice, he turned to his shipmates. Of course, they all gave him different advice, but
should I pursue a relationship with Lieutenant Desora? What should I do?
Ask somebody else for advice.
I think you should be careful. Jenna is a living, breathing person with needs and feelings that have to be considered. Ultimately, Jenna will care for you for who you are, not what you imitate out of a book.
Klingons do not pursue relationships. They conquer that which they desire.
I think you should pursue it. First of all, she's a beautiful woman. She seems to be crazy about you. Data, when it really works between two people, it's not like anything you've ever experienced. The rewards are far greater than simple friendship.
I would be delighted to offer any advice I can on understanding women. When I have some, I'll let you know.
These days, in the age of social media, we can essentially do the same thing. Sometimes we're going to get good advice, sometimes we're going to get bad advice. But in this case, this is excellent life advice from Pops. Shout out to Pops. He went viral for essentially telling his life story and what he learned from it. And it's understandably unnerving to a large group of women hearing men say this.
So I see these clips of all these women talking about where have the providers and protectors gone. Let a 60-year-old man tell you young men out there from experience. 3 different marriages. 10 different kids.
Yeah.
7 of them step. You get nothing out of being a provider or a protector. Nothing. Insults, ridicule, abandonment. That's all that awaits you. People won't even remember all the sacrifices that you made, financially, physically, or in any way. They won't even care. So young man, save yourself. Focus on yourself. Put your money in your pocket. Worry about your own survival because nobody else will.
SYSBM, okay? Ain't nobody coming for you, okay? We've been saying that for 10 years, right? SYSBM. Ain't nobody coming for you.
And now for the reaction.
There is a 60-year-old bitter black man that is a passport bro making his rounds on TikTok as we speak, telling other young black men to not be providers. He then proceeded to say he had 3 different marriages and 10 children, and him being a provider has gotten him nowhere. The real sick part about this is there is millions of men that think like him are men that have hit the wall, and men that probably were school, they probably barely made the football team, and black women and or women turn them down constantly, or they think they can travel overseas on a Spirit airplane, or can travel overseas on a Spirit airplane for them to from God knows what. And they know that even those women overseas to do with the modern women, blah blah blah, all this other they be talking, they know that the women overseas money and their time is now running out. That is the bottom line. So this type of hate onto the youth is baffling. It is mind-blowing. Just because your choice of women sucks, I got news for y'all. You attract, brother. That's
in other words, basically, what that's always the saying. It's the women that you pick. It's not most black women. I hate that. It's the women that you pick. Your choices are bad. Okay, instead of knowing that this is a truth from 3 of them, all of them are bad. Come on.
That's all it is. A lot of y'all need to go back to the drawing board. But on social media and spewing that type of hatred out to other young black men is extremely irresponsible. Shame on you.
Now, if you follow what she's saying, what the real problem is not that she has any level of care about what he went through and why 3 different marriages didn't work out, even though he chose to step up and be a stepfather to 7 different children that were not his. The real problem is, how dare you tell those men to remove their resources from this dating pool? They need to do what you did. The lesson that we can learn, Pops, is multifold. Of course, he's telling young guys to be very careful about who you mate and date with, and especially who you get serious with. But another thing to be considered is, if you come into the dating pool and young ladies have gone through things, how well have they rebounded from those things that they went through so that they're not going to take out those problems on you, the good guy? Because this dating pool seems to be built to take advantage of the good guy, the well-meaning guy that comes on the back end and say, you know what? I know that so and such a guy did you wrong. I want to try and make it better. You're the guy that she can suck the resources out of, blame for everyone being wrong, and then she can go back to the guy that she really wants to be.
Facts.
With. It sounds really toxic, but then again, it's an.
And I've said this and I've lived this. Get your return on investment from day 1. Not day 2, not day 3, not day 4, from day 1. If you don't see a return on investment from day 1, don't deal with that woman. Okay? Don't say I'm gonna sacrifice for 4 or 5 years and this and a third, and I'm gonna wait 10 years, they're gonna have to be grateful. Don't worry about that. Day 1, get your return on investment from day 1. Can she bring something to your life that's valuable to you from day 1? Okay, like my baby mama, she had to chase me for a whole year. She had to prove that she wanted me. For a whole year, she chased me. I mean, really chased me. Ran women, all kind of crazy crap. Okay, she had to prove herself to me before I even slept with her. And trust me, she threw it at me multiple times. Nope, don't want it. Nope, don't trust you. In other words, prove to me that you're valued to me with something. You got to bring something to the table other than just your vag and your presence. Come on now. I do think I think Passport OG is software, if I'm not mistaken. Worf was talking. Yeah. Worf was like the guy in the brown coat. Okay, I conquer.
Measurement of where we are in the modern dating space.
I'm 26. I've got around clearly, but
Yeah, been around the whole world, brother.
Here we go. This is a clip. Okay, this is a clip. Jim's used, and that rear end is just as big as it looks. Okay.
Yeah.
Still standing.
Your mom.
Thank you, because women will swear up and down how dangerous sex work is. And of course, it can be dangerous, but statistics show that the number one person that is in danger is a woman that is living with a man, okay? Not an escort, because the thing about it is that when you are an escort, when you work in sex work, you know what you're getting yourself into. So you are taking the necessary precautions. When you work as an S worker, you're already prepared. You're already prepared because you know how men are. You know how men can be.
The other side of this internet age where so many people can go online and just give all kinds of advice, much of it that's not very good, and especially for women, where they're essentially telling young women that you can do whatever you want to do with your 20s and the rest of your life is just going to be fine. Look at this woman's eyes. You can listen to her voice and what she's saying, but just look at her. I think she's 25.
Yeah.
She essentially has 50 more years, 2/3 of her life in front of her. What are they going to tell a woman like this besides hate men more?
Okay, guys, good morning. All right. So, I was on this podcast last night, and well, let me start. Let me give a little bit of lore to the situation. So, I was on his podcast, and
you got triggered because you were touched as a kid and he used that against you. Yeah. BGS, I humbly request that you dive into detail about your ex on Patreon. Oh, no. I can't. If my children didn't love their mother as much as they do, I would get it more into it. I give you bits and pieces, but seeing as I got kids, okay? And my kids love their mother, so I can't give you too much because somebody's going to get a hold of it and it's going to get back to my children, and then I got hell to pay. Okay? My children see their mother as in a certain way. And I don't have a problem with that. So that's why I don't give too much. Oh, trust and believe I could give out a whole lot of stuff about my ex. Okay. Ooh, chapter and verse. But I'm not. Okay. I'm not. But I can tell you my ex still loves me to this day. She does. Okay. I'm the one that got away. But it is what it is, right? Black women are gonna be who they are, no matter what. Now she won't change because Pookies are trying to get her peace leave. Actually, Pookies, Pookies are. People say Pookies are just Pookie. See all them other guys in the background that had their heads down? That's a Pookie, okay? Those are Pookies, okay? They keep their head down is because they got to take that abuse. Those are the ones that get shot at. Those are the ones that get run over by cars. Those are the ones that get assaulted and the cops called on them and stuff like that. Those are the Pookies. Pookies got their own life they got to live, right? Pookies got to tuck their tail and you know how the dog is when the owner comes in and kicks the dog, okay? You're the dog that the owner will come in and kick, okay? And so she has to compensate you somehow. So she compensates you by taking care of you. And that's how Pookies get around, okay? That's the life of a Pookie. Being a Pookie, because I could have been a Pookie, okay? But being a Pookie is no fun. Most Pookies will tell you, being a Pookie is no fun. If they could possibly get themselves out of that situation, they would. And Pookies are willing punching bags to serve the Gynocracy, right? And all them aggressive women that can't get no man, they got to go get them a Pookie. There's a reason that a lot of some PhDs go get a guy out of prison. It's because they have him by a leash. Should be more empathetic to Pookies? Not really. Okay. I don't think Pookies want you to be empathetic towards them. The thing is, Okay. It's like being empathetic to a streetwalker. Okay, you in the game because you want to be in the game. Okay. A lot of your strippers they're stripping on the pole. They got a pookie at home. I remember a couple times. You know my little taco truck, man. Every now and then, strippers love this little taco truck. They will come in and they'll eat and they'll bring their little pookie, and they're paying for the food and or asking him what he wants and stuff like that, and he's following behind her. Okay, you're basically their pet for the most part. Okay, their emotional support pet. It is what it is. Anyhow, let me get out of here, y'all. But I just wanted to show you that about the gynocracy, man. It is what it is, right? It still lives, okay? And they get pissed off because we show examples of the gynocracy. That's what makes them mad. And that's too big to be. Well, the thing is, you know what? That's the whole thing, man. Is that my mother had a hard time with me is because, and you know, I had to bite my tongue a lot of times as a kid because I don't like. There's certain ways I don't like to be talked to. And the normal way a black mother talks to you, I don't like being talked to that way. Even as a little kid, I hated being talked to that way. But the thing is, if it's your mother, you got to get used to it, right? Okay. And when I got 18 and I moved out, okay, you can't talk to me that way no more. I mean, one time my mother, I was like 20 years old, right? My mother and I had rolled through, and I was talking to my brother, and my mother got yada 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 yada, and she was laying in the bed talking, right? I just picked her up and put her on the floor, and she knew, don't talk to me that way. In other words, you're a woman, I'm a man, and guess what? I just picked you up out of the bed and sat you on the floor. Didn't hit you. Just showed you my power. Don't talk to me that way. And she stopped. Okay. Same thing with women. My woman, like those women, and I'm like the dude in brown. You can't talk to me any kind of way. Okay. You can't tell me that you're submissive and you're not. Okay. And if you don't want to be submissive, you got to pay. And in fact, a friend of mine, right? She Aries, and she got that aggressive style to her, right? I said, baby, I said, how you keep a man? She said, I pay. I got 2 or 3 women, had 2 or 3 female friends. I never went with them, okay? Because it is what it is, okay? And what they would tell me is that, okay, how do you keep a man in locked in like that? And say, because they pay. And they do. They pay. That's how they keep them in. I literally floored her. Yes, I did. Well, not to say I was mean to her. What I'm saying is, at a certain age, you know, I am not that guy. I'm a Sigma. I'm not that guy. There's a certain way that I talk to women, a certain women I want women to talk to me. Okay, you're not gonna come up with that aggressive shit toward me and be my woman. Okay, and I tell them, you got one more time to talk to me that way. You got one more time. And guess what they did? They stopped because they knew their next trip was out. Geminis and Aries get along because we don't listen to them. That's probably true. There's no pay worth that man's try. Oh, I'm not even going to go into that today. Be just my mother trained me to be immune to emotional blackmail. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, you got it one or two ways. Either you're gonna be the guy in the brown, or you can be like the other guys around them, right? Most of the men that are trained in the gynocracy are just like the other guys that got quiet. And these are supposed to be rough and tumble hood dudes, right? That fight at the drop of a stick. But thing is that the woman come in and bark, and guess what they do? Put their head down. Oh man, I ain't in this. It's what it is. It's called training. Anyway, all right, you guys, let me get out of here. Thanks for the super chats. I know you guys will probably have a good laugh out of this, okay? Especially with I'll put the link in the comment section to the channel, right? Because they are funny as hell, okay? I like watching Hood pop the balloon from St. Louis. Funny as hell. Coming in looking like strippers. I haven't talked to my mother in 7 years. The way to approach your mother, and I had a friend of mine I just talked to her yesterday, very wealthy woman, right? She just got back from Greece. Love her to death. She had to come to and she's close to my age, right? She had to come to the same conclusion I came to my mother when I was like my mid-20s, okay? she's human. And the way she's trained, the way she was brought up, okay, she's brought up in a certain condition, right? Okay, and she's human, and she's fallible. And I listen to that. And I let them know, hey, you know what? I know you're fallible. I know you're human, just like I am. And basically, I am not your little kid anymore. Okay, but I respect you as a human being. I love you as a human being. We're gonna leave it at that. But you cannot talk to me a certain way. Otherwise, we can end this right now. Do you want to talk to me? Okay, if you want to talk to me, you want to have a conversation with me, you're going to actually follow these parameters, just like I would have to do with you. Same thing with my daughter. Okay, my kids know there's a certain way that I talk to them, I model, I model the way I want to be talked to. Okay, that's why first thing I try to. I don't holler and scream at my kids. I don't throw things. I don't all that kind of crap. Right? I'm very to the point, matter of fact, calm. And I sit up there and I lecture them more than. In fact, they tell me, my kids used to tell me, why don't you just spank me? Why don't you just whip me instead of talking to me? They hated me talking, give them lectures. Okay. Dr. Thunder says, take some of my sandwich money. Dr. Thunder with the littlest quote. You ain't ish for that, Doc. But you were right on time. Lamont Sanders, appreciate you. Honor thy mother and the father. And the thing is, when you get to be an adult, you have to give your parents some grace, okay? Just like you want your kids to give you some grace, because you're not perfect, and you do learn as you go along. Fortunately for me, I started changing diapers when I was 7, okay? So I've always had babies and kids under me. So by the time I got to be an adult, babies and kids were no problem. Okay, but the thing is, you're still gonna get a Michelle Obama. Even though she said Barack Obama was a great husband to her. I don't mean a good one, a great husband to her. But the thing is, she still had issues because she wanted to be in charge. It is what it is. There's a difference between talking to someone versus talking at someone. Very true. But the thing is, as a man, you got a whole frame. Okay, there's a certain way I will be talked to. Okay, because my baby daughter tried that ish one time. Okay. One time. Okay. She never did it again. One time because her mother gassed her up and thought she can run in and just talk to dad any own kind of way. Ooh, no, baby, it don't work that way. Don't work that way. I was an uncle at 2 or 3. Yeah, okay. You were one of those, okay. You were one of those. You have an old mother or old father. Michelle Obama's still a man. No, she's not. She's a black woman. Okay, she's a black woman. She's not a man. She's a black woman. There's no difference between Michelle Obama and the other chicks sitting around in that circle. Okay, Michelle Obama. All the difference between Michelle Obama and the women sitting in that circle on that popular balloon is she went to Yale and Harvard. That's the only difference. Same woman. Anyway, let me get out of here. I will see you guys later. I'm actually going to join Snowman and watch this Fever game. Hopefully they don't bomb it out. Hopefully that coach actually coaches for a change. My mother didn't think she could have kids. All my siblings have different mothers. Mine was the most educated out of the 3. I'm not even going to ask you how that happened. So basically, you were were you a buzzer beater or you were overtime? LAXT, were you a buzzer beater or were you overtime? No. You have to, if you're gonna talk to any woman, any person, but especially any woman, right? You have to hold frame, okay? And she goes, yada yada, hey. Do you want to talk to me or not? You have to give them a choice. If you want to talk to me, this is the parameters that you can talk to me. If not, we don't have to talk. And if she's good with that, then she's good with that. Then you know where you stand. No, LAXT, I don't believe the condom program, the birth control didn't take. That's bullshit, okay? If you don't mind, how old was your mother? You've been around this long enough. You can figure this out on your own. How old was your mother? If she didn't think she could have kids, she wouldn't have been on birth control. If your mother's black, okay. And why did she want to have a kid for you? Well, who was your father that she wanted to have a kid for your father? Mid to late, you're a buzzer beater, boss. She wanted to have a kid. That's bullshit. She wanted to have you. She lying about the birth control and the condom broke and all that kind of crap. No, she wanted to have you. And whatever reason. So in other words, it didn't matter who your father was. You were a buzzer beater. You can do the math. Anyhow, let me get out of here before I get myself in trouble. In other words, in fact, I was going to do the other one about black pill and how the establishment, like the whole thing, the backlash against the red pill, especially by the government, that's black pill. That's not red pill. That's black pill. That's the matrix coming after you. Okay, it has nothing to do with morals. I don't believe that. Okay. She said her previous husband and her tried, but she couldn't get pregnant. I don't believe that. She wouldn't have been on birth control if she didn't believe she could get pregnant. I never seen a woman that believed that she couldn't get pregnant on pills or even using condoms. So, but that's you and your mother. I wasn't there, and that's your mom. I'm not gonna speak up against her, but it sounds like bullshit to me. All I'm gonna say. What you got here? Men never trick women into pregnancy. Women deceive women regard. Oh, Chief Rocker. Oh, I can tell you some stories, boss. Oh, I can tell you some stories. Oh, all 19 of my scares. Okay, 3 kids and 19 scares. That's a lot. I could have made what's his name? A Future look like a rookie. I mean, yeah, you can use the same methods. Okay. Anyhow, let me get out of here, y'all. I will. Stories about Chief Rocker. Okay. You know, if you know, you know, right, Chief Rocker? If you know, you know. Okay. If you know, you know. Anyhow, y'all, let me get out of here. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out. You guys want an AMA or you guys want a regular show since I skipped a couple today? It's up to you guys. It could be AMA or it could be just a regular show. Because there's a couple shows I want to do, but the thing is, Fridays are my AMAs. But if you guys want a regular show, we can do that. Regular show? Okay. All right. Both. Y'all ain't shit. All right. Regular show tomorrow. No AMA. Okay. All right. I think I'm gonna do I think I'll do the black pill thing tomorrow because there's something that about 60% of the boys, young men, are not dating. Okay, and it has to do with the environment that we're in, and the feminists are backing off. Basically, what the black pill thing is that the government is trying to change the environment. Okay, they can't change the people; they have to change the environment instead. So that's what they're trying to do right now. To be LAXT, you're a man, right? You probably been through the same crap, man. You know what mom says. And you're probably not in your 30s, but what mom says, if mom is 30 past 35, you're a buzzer beater. Okay. I'm really gonna get too deeply into your details. Okay. But thing is, what your mom said, I would severely take it with a grain of salt. Let's put it that way. Appreciate you, Jesse, for the super sticker. All right, good folks. Let me get out of here. Yeah, ask your dad. Okay, ask your dad. What does these have to figure themselves out? Okay, I will say that. Okay, Black Ram is live. Ray Hamner, you don't have to say that, man. If you got a wrench, put the link in. You don't have to talk. If Black Ram is on and you want to promote his show, put the link in. You don't have to say it. Just put his link in. If people want to go over there, they will. What's left of the family dynamics? Dr. Thunder probably can tell you. The traditional family is pretty much dead in this society for the most part. Okay, unless you're lucky like Dr. Thunder. And he had to be intentional about the woman and the group of women that he picked from. Okay, for the most part, traditional family is dead. Okay. In fact, my mentor was saying she was in church giving a seminar, right? Giving a speech, right? He had 300 people in, only 5 men showed up. That means your traditional family is probably, for the most part, done. Okay, all you got is these what's left over, right? The remnants of what family used to be. All right, that's Black Ram and his link. Okay, he's on. So if you guys want to flow over, there's a link for you. But I am going to go watch a basketball game, and I will see you guys tomorrow. All right. So with that,
what can I say? Mamba out.